This video is how to choose between a short-term goal and a long-term goal. Now, both goals, when you have a plan mapped out, generates success. It generates results. It generates, a target point, a goal, like I guess monetary, mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever it is that you're trying to figure out, right? So you have to choose which path you want to take as far as what you're going to focus on. Your focus is only made to focus on one thing at a time. Think about the thing that your mind couldn't break from, that you was focused on all day, all night long, and it ended up happening because your mind, your focus was centered towards that. So you figure out the shorter, long-term goal that you're trying to achieve or obtain, and go towards that. But now you have to weigh in the pros and cons of the short term. What am I going to miss out? What am I going to gain? What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Then you have to sub it over to long term, the pros and cons of the long term. And then you must figure out for yourself, like, which way you want to go. Which way are you going to take it? Which way are you going to, move with your life, move with your plans, your goals. See, the thing is, you have so many interactions on a daily, so many different signals and wavelengths, whatever you want to call it. You got all these people, all this internet, TV, everything is a bunch of distraction to make you not stay focused on what you want to do. And you have to remember, think about the times in your life when you was succeeding, getting some things done. You was by yourself. You was focused on yourself. You was doing things for yourself. So the thing I would like to say about that, is go back to what was bringing the most results for you. The results that was keeping your mind off of stress. The results that was keeping your mind off of all the things that can bring a negative atmosphere to you. Something that wouldn't allow you to focus as best as you should and as best as you could. And you got to go towards that. What is going to cause your life to be more comfortable for you, more easier for you. You got to choose which way. Now, I can relate to this because this past week I've been just having fun, hanging out, not really doing what I was supposed to do that was keeping me to get ahead, keeping me to win. And the choices have been, they've shown. And I'm pretty sure in your life, all of us, it happens. Choices are shown based off of the results are shown based off of the choices that you make. Certain weeks where you shouldn't have spent that money here or there. And you got to stay determined, stay focused on putting it towards the right thing, putting it towards the thing that you think can pull you out of your struggle the fastest. Okay, invest in yourself if that's what you need to do. Invest in reading, invest in a class, something that teaches you something. When you learn something, you get better. And then you have to just put into action what you learned. So that's my focus. You got to break down tasks and goals down into smaller tasks and goals. And just keep moving. Just keep moving towards what you said you wanted. That's really what I learned, is to keep moving towards a task and a goal that you want. This week has been very confusing, not crazy, but just trying to figure out which way I'm gonna go. And this is the thing about falling off track. This is the thing about not staying focused on you. When you start trying to engage in other people's activities and events, things where you're having to come out and, it only takes away from what you're trying to do. It only take away from which way you're trying to move with your life. And I'm not going to say that that's for everybody. It depends on how you think and how you operate and how you maneuver, the things. But you must also learn to exercise your comfort zones. Expand your comfort zones, okay? Try it. You have to try it. But if that's not for you, you won't go back to it. But if you feel like, nah, this is an area that I belong in, just keep going. It's going to get better. It's going to get better because that's where your focus is. Literally, wherever your focus is, you got to work work towards that. You got to work towards that. Now, I'm shooting these videos for the people who watch them, but I'm also shooting these videos for myself. Reflection period is what you need. You need reflection period. You need to have a reflection point in your life where you can stay focused on things that matter. You can stay focused on things that help you succeed and get better. So you have to remember that, you know. And you find a lot of reflection just being outside, taking a walk in nature, going for a run. I got to get back to it. The things that work for me, and I slacked off from that, trying to be part of what everybody else wants to do. And in result, that causes you to mess up. You must find a space, you must find a place where you can get on your own. Because when you can get on your own, the levels of growth are amazing. You pick and choose in your own environment when you stay and leave, when you get to come out, when you get to have fun, when you get to go here and there, when you get to stay in. You don't have to go out. Everything works in your favor when you are in your own space. Learn to stay in your own space. Learn to stay in your own space. Minding your business, staying focused on what you got going on, and it'll work for you. It will work for you. I have been caught up and engaged in what everybody else wants to do this past week, 2 weeks, and I feel like I've been stagnant. I said last week, but you know, certain habits cause you to move back in the direction where you once was, and if you don't catch it, it'll mess you up. I've spent a lot of money in these past 2 or 3 weeks. Now, why money shouldn't matter, but money matters when you're down at the bottom, okay? You don't have time to be carefree about money, because the thing is, the interactions on that level where we are when we're struggling is everyone's trying to figure out a way to take something. And it's not by an aggressive nature. It's just by being cool, just by hanging out, all type of things. You got to stay focused on what you're doing, because it'll just sidetrack you. It'll throw you off, man. It'll throw you off. You got to get back on target. You got to lock back in on the goals and keep pushing. You have to lock back in and keep pushing towards those goals and dreams, because that is what will take you over the top. That is what will get you where you want to go. And as I'm saying this to you, I'm saying this to myself as well. The people who watch these videos, I record these videos for me as well. I was telling my friend that I was kicking it with earlier, I was telling him, I was like, yo, there are some days where I'm angry. You gotta learn how to bottle it in. You gotta learn how to use that anger and go towards something that you want. Go towards something that can benefit you. Don't lash out with the anger and the frustration. Don't lash out. Don't get them sad moments about yourself, the doubts. But even in those moments, they're gonna come. Even when I say don't do this, don't do that. That's a reflection period for you. A reflection period. The only people who don't succeed is when they fail, they stop moving. They didn't want to learn from their mistake because they was too beat up and too bummed up about it. But that is not the way we're supposed to operate. You figure it out and keep pushing towards what you're supposed to get pushed towards, and everything will work out for you. Everything will work out for you. It will. No worries. Gotta stay locked in, gotta stay focused. Gotta stay locked in, gotta stay focused. Everything is going to work out. No worries at all. Everything is going to work out. Everything is going to work out. No worries. Gotta stay focused. You gotta stay locked in. And stuff is tough. It's difficult. But you gotta remember the results that you was getting from staying locked in, staying focused on something that was benefiting you. It is nothing wrong with being selfish. It is nothing wrong with being, and it's not selfish in a bad term. It's selfish of just using all your resources, time, effort, and energy to put you in a position to then come back and be around everybody. But even then, you still have to limit yourself. And that's what I'm learning. Stay focused on me, but still have fun and be a part of people. And the higher you grow, the higher you elevate, you're going to be around people less and less. But that's the thing about it. When you rarely are seen, it makes people, in the world of being seen so much, when you're less and less seen, sometimes that can help. Sometimes that can work for you. Sometimes that can, I'm not going to go off and just go off, just keep talking and talking. Get back to working on yourself.